state agencies, nonprofits, everybody from the Ag Department Forestry Division bringing out Smoky Bear, all the way to, Mosaic Templars and Girls on the Run coming out with things for the kids to do. So heavy emphasis on fun activities that were also educational. Getting to the heart of what I know is really important to this commission, 3,500. If you take 58% of that, and if they conservatively spent $15 a piece, that was $30,000 of restaurant revenue that day, which significantly exceeds the support. So I would say your return on investment is very good there. Again, this was our third year of this event after bringing it back after a number of years of absence. You have already approved funding for us for 2025, which we are incredibly grateful for. And, one of the things that we hear consistently from families with young kids is the ability to have someplace to take their kids that does not cost, no offense to the state fair, but does not cost what the state fair costs them to go and have a great day, which is one of the things then that enables them to be able to go out to a restaurant because they're not having to dig deep into their wallets to attend our event. So with that, I will happily take any questions.
Great report.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you
Excellent
so
job.
much.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate having you all as a partner. Thank
Glad
you.
we were able to
Thank
help.
you. Okay. Staff box for down to financial information.
Okay. Um, one thing that was hard for us to do this time was that the November meeting was on an odd day because of the holiday. So the minutes may be a little bit lacking, but I think that today's will be on there. I think it just now started. I had a report that filming has begun. So we'll start with these Sage financials. These are our, what I like to call the book financial statements. We have got a total of $3,888,818 in the bank. And every bit of that is what is in total capital or retained earnings, whatever you want to call it. Turn to page 2. We are looking at $572,211.28 revenues received in the month of November, and total over almost $6.2 million for the year to date, and net income $81,781.36. Total year to date net income $670,000. Turn over to the next page and you'll see the month of November compared to the month of November for last year, and the year to date for November compared to the year to date for November of last year. So we're up across the board. Following the financial statements, you'll have a general ledger and check registers for each of the 2 accounts and reconciliations of such. And I believe this is when we also look over the collections spreadsheets. So we have on the front page, we've got a total of 515,000. Well, a total of 555,872.92, which is a total of all the receipts. And you see here where it's broken down between the city and the A&P Commission. Page 2, you see each of those two numbers and then what gets subtracted out, which is what my office receives, and the postage for anything that we have to mail out. This correlates to the checks that get written each month for the city of Conway and for the A&P Commission. Next page. We positive for the month of November. So we collected $555,872.92, and this is greater than what we received in November of last year. So we're $40,000 ahead and almost 8% above where we were the year before. And if you want to go down and compare it to December of 23, well, November of 23, we're above that as well. So to the next page, this is past due collections, and there was hardly any place we could go last month but up. Because last month was pretty bad. Even though the amounts were on the smaller side, that it had just been unattended for a while. So we really got on the ball this month, and we really started bothering people. And they responded well. So turn the page again. We've got the collections excluding delinquent taxes, and we are up for November over November of last year for the collections excluding delinquent tax. And then finally, the last page shows the pay simple payments. And does everybody have pay simples? Okay, so
over 50%.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
you finally got above Andy's.
Yeah, Andy ought to be happy, yeah.
He wanted the 50, you got additional.
I'm telling you. Okay.
Santa gave
best
you
I've-
your, Santa
the
gave
best
you
I've
your
got.
wish and additional.
You do a really good job.
thank you very much.
Pleasure working with you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, code enforcement.
Oh, we need to,
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
have to need a motion on the financial.
I'll make a motion to accept the financials.
Thank you, Sheila. Is there a second? Okay, we got a motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Looks like
But we still have this sheet.
Delinquent. Mhm.
But it's a,
Well, we usually do this when Kim comes along, but we can go ahead and talk about it because Kim's not here. But this is the delinquent list.
Which looks wonderful.
Yeah, it's the best I've ever seen. Yeah, it's the best I've ever seen, yes. And there was some pretty big ones that needed to be done, so I was
Yes.
glad for them that it happened, so they're still here in town to get things like that, so excellent.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Andy's fault.
That's-
Oh, okay.
When we don't have anything over 15% out there, that's
Yes.
really good, and the numbers, yeah, really small, so excellent job, code enforcement, excellent.
Now, Crab Kings, we're having problems reaching out to them. So if y'all have any way to find them, that'd be great.
Oh,
We've mailed
okay.
them their citation and everything, and it keeps getting returned back.
that's on Oak Street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or was on.
Yeah.
It's a Little Rock address that we found for them, and it still got returned back. So if y'all have any information, that'd be
On
great for
there.
us. But other than that, that's all we got.
Now, but y'all done a good job getting into this level.
Yes.
Well
Tim
done.
has done
Well
great.
done.
Yes, it looks awesome. Thank you. Kudos to both of you.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna shout out to Jill for that because she can't come to the meetings, but she can sure as heck get on the phone and talk to these people. So,
Well, encouragement always seems to help.
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll make our standard motion for the 30, 60, and 90 day. But it seems like the only one on the 90 day has already closed. So
Yes.
the desist is kind of after the fact. But anyway, I'll make that motion.
Motion been made in second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. So that passes. Thank you.
I did bump into, I stopped at a food truck the other day and noticed that they were not charging taxes. So I need to get that information
Oh,
to
yeah.
y'all for that. And they might be brand new.
And
I
not
just-
know.
Yeah, and not know. So, yeah.
Okay, Rachel.
Over the past month, I notified all of the funding request applicants of their awards for 2025. So that process involves writing a letter to each of them and mailing it. Same letter, but I do have to change the name and the details and all of them. So time consuming, but again, I reminded them to keep the hard copy because so many times people say, well, I can't find my letter. Well, I mean, I'm happy to fill in and answer any questions for them always, but anyway, hopefully they'll keep it. Also had a phone call with Sports Destination Marketing Magazine regarding our 2025 ad campaign with them and agreed to do the same ad buy in 2024 or in 2025 as we did in 2024, which includes 6 full-page ads. We'll submit new creative this year for the artwork. And then I also got a copy of the magazine that had an article featuring some Conway facilities. So this,
All right.
the large image they used was of our tennis complex. So, and then this is also of our tennis complex. So when we do the ad campaign, then they are happy to include us in some of their editorial content as well. Met with Dave Creek to discuss social media, discussed engagement and followers are both up from October. Went over monthly statistics, talked about ideas for January and December. Some things going on at Reynolds, some restaurant promotions, and then reviewed the December posts and approve or edit, decline, whatever I think is appropriate. Yeah, and then I've also been talking with 3v3 Live about 2025 dates and instructed them to make sure they talk to the Parks Department before we discussed any funding possibilities, which we typically fund them through the event incentive fund. So it's a different kind of deadline. It's not so hard and firm like the typical funding. So anyway, I will let you know when they get a date set.
Well done, always, Rachel. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay.
Conway Parks.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Just a quick update. As you guys know, our parks slowed down a little bit in the winter for obvious reasons, but we did still have one tournament over at Conway Station that had 35 teams, and we also had 2 one-day camps throughout the month. We just this past weekend hosted the homeschool cross-state basketball tournament. That had 37 teams as well, so that was a good showing. For the expo, there's multiple events going on throughout the month, but the more notable, the gun shows this weekend. And then they're going to be hosting, our city holiday party on December 20th. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
there any new business?
Denise emailed me and said that she wouldn't be able to be at the meeting, but she did say that there was one new convenience store and one new food truck permits issued. She didn't give me a name, but that was the extent of the permits issued.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Is there any old business to discuss? I want to say a little something. First of all, this is my first year to sit up here, and thank you for your patience. Thanks for not making me laugh too much today. And it's a real privilege to get to do this and to work with people like y'all and to we're watching Conway grow, and it's a really good feeling. So thank you for letting me be up here. Thank you.
I was gonna say, thank you.
Yeah. So
Feel free to keep doing it.
You got a little history around here now.
Yep.
yes, we do. Slow to learn, but okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What?
Well, she's pretty good at this, Andy. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion been made. Second. We adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Y'all
to
too.
all of
Yeah, we
Thank
you.
you for the card.
Yeah.